dear students, we have studied magnetic effect of electric current, that is Faraday's law. We have studied the magnetic field produced around a conductor, that is the circular loops. We have studied the right hand thumb rule, and then magnetic field produced by current through a circular loop of a conducting wire. Also, we have studied the magnetic effect due to current in a solenoid. Okay, now today in this video I am going to explain you force acting on a current carrying conductor in a magnetic field. So let us see what exactly it is. Okay, for that purpose we are having one experiment. Now I'll explain you the experiment. In that experiment only you can understand what is the force acting on a current carrying conductor. Okay, so what are the material required? Material required are flexible copper wire, stand, electric cell, a horseshoe magnet with a strong magnetic field. Okay, I'll show you the setup. See here, this is the setup. These are the stands you are having. Stand number 1, stand number 2. Now here you see the wire is there. This is the wire which is connected to the battery and a key, and this is the conducting wire. This is the flexible wire, and this is the horseshoe magnet, okay, which is a strong magnet. We can say it is a strong magnet, and this magnet is now it is shown in a three-dimensional way. That is, if you take your two fingers, that is thumb and the forefinger, or the index finger together, then it is going to form a U shape. Okay, that U shape is there. So this is the U shape, that is horseshoe magnet. Okay, so this is the experimental setup. Then what is the procedure? Let us see the procedure. Procedure is what? Using the stand, fix the copper wire so that it passes through the poles of the horseshoe magnet as shown in the figure. Connect the circuit as well, and what do you observe? Now see, I'll explain again. So this wire is passing through means in between this north pole and the south pole. Here I'll show you one more diagram also, in that you will understand better. But here also we have to see that how it is. This experimental setup may come for 2 marks in your exam to draw. So this is the flexible wire which is in between north pole and south pole, and this wire itself is connected to the battery with the key. Okay, and the circuit is completed. Okay, now let us see what observation we are going to have. So see here, whenever a current is not flowing through the wire, it remains straight in the position A. Now we can check the position A. See here, this is the straight one, and this is the position A. Okay, understand this well. This is the position A when there is no current is flowing. Okay, so this is the first position. Now let us see what will happen when the current will flow. So let us see. When the current flows from top to bottom, the wire bends and comes into position C. Now see here, top to bottom means was, you know that the current is flowing from positive to negative, means like this is the positive to negative, means here it is from top to bottom, and it comes and ends here. Okay, I told you that there must be always a complete circuit. So here you will find that top to bottom means it current flows from here and comes down. Then the wire goes to the position C, means this is the position C. See here, it is coming outward. This is at the position C because the current is flowing from top to bottom. Okay, so next is if the current direction is reverse. Now how to reverse the current direction? It is very simple to reverse the current direction. Just change the position of the battery. This positive will come here and the negative will be here. Then you will find that the current will flows from bottom to top. Okay, just reverse the polarity of the battery. That is called as the reverse the current. Okay, so when you reverse the polarity of the battery, then the current flows from down to top or bottom to top. In that case, the wire takes the position B here. See here, so means it bends inside. All right, now understand what. So if the direction is reversed, that is it flows from the bottom to the top and the wire bends but comes to the position B. This means the direction of the force on the wire is perpendicular to both the magnetic field and the direction of the current. Okay, so see here, this is very important statement. This means that, I'll repeat it again, this means that the direction of the force on the wire is perpendicular to both the magnetic and the direction of the current. Now let us understand it how it is. Okay, now it is shown in your textbook itself that how it is, but it's not much clear. Now I will show you one diagram which will make you more clear about this. Now let us see what is the diagram. See here, this diagram is prepared by me. Now here you will see that here these are the two magnets. These are the north pole and this is the south pole. So these are the two magnets, and these lines, these arrows indicates the direction of the magnetic field. So this is the magnetic field. Okay, so this is, here you will find this is the magnetic field. Then you will find that now the positive terminal is here, negative terminal is there, and a key is there. Same setup is there, but I have shown it in the three-dimensional way. So this is the positive terminal. The current flows from here in this direction and through the conductor, and again reverses, and through the key it is completed. Okay, means the direction of the current is like this. Okay, now the force, now this conductor will move upward direction. The conductor moves in the upward direction. This is, see here, so this is the direction of the force which is shown into a brown color. Okay, so this is the direction of the force when the current flows from here to this direction. So now you will see that how it is perpendicular. Now you can see this is the direction of the magnetic field. So this is perpendicular to the magnetic field. I have drawn it very carefully to show you the perpendicular. As well as now this is the direction of the current. Okay, to the direction of the current it is also perpendicular. Okay, so like this, when the current flows from positive to negative and it is flowing through in between the magnetic field, then the conductor experiences a force, and that force is directed upwards. Okay, that force is directed upwards. Now what will happen if you change the direction? I just now I told that if you change the polarity, then what will happen? The current will flow from this direction to here. Then in that case, again see, the direction of the magnetic field is same, we did not change, but the direction of the current is changing. In that case, the force will be directed downwards. Okay, force will be directed downwards. In this case also you will find that the force is perpendicular to both the direction of the magnetic field as well as the direction of the current, which is from here to here. I hope it is clear to you. So if you understood this, then there comes one left hand rule. What is the left hand rule? That we are going to see. I hope this diagram is clear to you all. You can, if you want, you can take the screenshot of this. Now let's go to the left hand thumb rule. Now what exactly is there that we will see in your textbook? See here. Here the direction of magnetic field is from north to south always. The direction of the magnetic field is always from north to south. See here, the arrow is shown. In this experiment, it is noted that whenever the current flows through a conductor in the presence of magnetic field, a force exerted on the conductor. If the direction of the current is reversed, then the direction of the force also get reversed. If the magnet is kept reverse, that is its south pole is brought at the position of north pole and the north pole brought to the position of south pole, what will happen? Same, again the direction will change. Although if you change the direction of current, there will be change in direction of the force. If you change the direction of the magnets also, in that case also there will be change in the direction of the force. I hope the experiment is clear to you all. If so, now let us see what exactly it concludes. The above experiment clearly shows that a force is exerted on the current carrying conductor. The direction of this force depends upon both the direction of the current as well as direction of the magnetic field. This is a very important statement. So see here, the direction of the force depends on both the direction of the current and the direction of the magnetic field. So just now I told, we have seen that the direction of the current is from top to bottom and bottom to top. This is the change in direction. And if you change the polarity of the magnet, now the question arises, sir, how you will change the position of polarity? Nothing. It's very simple. Now it is a U-shaped magnet, that is called horseshoe magnet. If you just rotate it, you will find that the polarities will change. Correct or not? So like that, if you change the polarity, then in that case also the force will change, direction of the force will change. And if you change the direction of the current, in that case also you'll find that the force will change. So experimentally, it is possible to show that this force is maximum when the direction of the current is perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field. So how you will do this? Now what exactly you have to do when you are placing the magnet in a U shape? See here, U shape. So you will find that the direction of the magnetic field is from north to south. So you have to place the wire in such a way that it should exactly pass through it and which will be perpendicular to it. Now see here in this diagram, you can easily see this. See, this is the direction of the magnetic field and this is the conductor. So this conductor is exactly perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. Means the current flowing through the conductor is perpendicular to the magnetic direction of magnetic field. I hope it is clear to you. Then comes here. So see here. So now we have to frame the law, and that is called Fleming's left hand rule. What is the Fleming's left hand rule? See here, very easy to understand. If you can see here, it is taken your three fingers, thumb, then your direction finger, that is the index finger, and the middle finger. Okay, you can hold your hand like this, that is three-way. It is shown into the diagram. Okay, now here you will find that this, that is the index finger, shows the direction of the magnetic field. I hope clear to you. The index finger shows the direction of magnetic field, while the middle finger shows the direction of current. If it is so, then you can have the thumb indicates the direction of force. The thumb indicates the direction of force. Now, if you can place your thumb over here in this diagram, you will exactly going to have that what is the direction of force. Now you try to keep your fingers in the same direction as you have holded just now. Okay, if you put your fingers over here, then you will find that the direction of the force is exactly through your thumbs. If you want, you can try this one for a moment. Okay, I'm giving you time, then you will see the direction of the force. I hope it is clear to you. Yes, now let's go here. So here now you will see that three fingers are perpendicular to each other. Okay, so although they are at different positions, but we are considering it as they are perpendicular to each other. Okay, so in the above experiment, we considered the direction of the electric current and the direction of magnetic field and found that the direction of the force exerted perpendicular to both. So there is a simple rule relating these three directions. This rule is called as Fleming's left hand rule. Now let us see what is it. According to this rule, the left hand thumb, index finger and the middle finger are stretched so as to be perpendicular to each other. If the index finger is in the direction of magnetic field and the middle finger in the points the direction of the current, then the direction of the thumb is the direction of force on the conductor. So this is called Fleming's left hand rule. So be careful. Your index finger is the direction of magnetic field, your middle finger is the direction of current, and then the thumb indicates the direction of the conductor. Okay, that is the direction of the force of the on the conductor. I hope clear to you all. This is called Fleming's left hand rule. In exam, only for writing the Fleming's left hand rule may come for 2 marks. In that case, either if you can draw the diagram, well and good, but you have to indicate this whole. You have to write everything this. Okay, so in this way we have finished the topic that force acting on the current carrying conductor in a magnetic field. Okay, so now let us revise it in brief. What you required is the flexible copper wire, stand, electric cell, horseshoe magnet, and so on. We have to place the wire perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field, and then we have to switch on the circuit. and this is the flexible wire. So you'll find that when the current on, so if it is coming from the top to bottom, that time the wire takes the position of C. And when the current is reverse, that is changing the polarity of the battery, then you'll find that the wire goes into the direction inside, that is at the position B. And when there is no current, then wire remains stationary, that is straight line at the position A. And this is well indicated that when the current is flowing through the conductor and the conductor is placed in the magnetic field, and that too perpendicular to the magnetic field, then the conductor experiences maximum force, and that is perpendicular to both the direction of magnetic field as well as the direction of the current. Okay, and this is well explained by Fleming's left hand rule. Here left hand rule says that the index finger indicates the direction of magnetic field, middle finger indicates the direction of current, then the thumb stretch is gives the direction of the force on the conductor. And for that purpose, this diagram is self-explanatory. If you place your fingers on this diagram, then you'll find that the direction of the force is just by the direction of your thumb. I hope it is clear to you all and you are enjoying learning physics. Thank you.